Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're bringing incredible energy to decode the invisible chemical rules that govern literally everything around us. We're talking about the fundamental laws of balance in chemistry and what happens when natural systems are pushed just a little too far out of their comfort zone.
Section 1. A system fighting back. Okay, let's dive into this. Imagine you've got this massive industrial reactor, and it's actively pumping out ammonia. Now, what happens if you suddenly shove a bunch of extra nitrogen gas into that enclosed space? Weirdly enough, it actually pushes the chemical reaction to aggressively make even more ammonia. It's almost as if the system is actively fighting back against the sudden change to restore its own internal balance, right? Like you force something into its environment, and the environment immediately reacts to gobble it up. But why exactly does it do that?
Section 2. Defining Le Chatelier's principle. Let's look at the actual rules of the game here.
To solve our reactor mystery, we have to look at Le Chatelier's principle. Now, formally, this foundational concept states that if a system at chemical equilibrium is disturbed by a change in concentration, temperature, or pressure, it shifts to partially counteract that change and reestablish a new equilibrium. Think of it as a highly active dynamic process. The chemical system doesn't just passively sit there and accept the disturbance, it essentially rolls up its sleeves and goes straight to work to establish a brand new balance point.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that there aren't infinite ways to mess up this chemical harmony. There are exactly 3 primary triggers to push equilibrium out of whack: a change in the concentration of your ingredients, a change in temperature, or a change in pressure. That is the whole shebang. If you alter any of those 3 variables, you are essentially poking the bear, and the chemical system will, for sure, respond.
Section 3. The seesaw metaphor.
Think of equilibrium as a balanced seesaw between reactants and products. I want you to literally picture this in your head right now. Imagine you're at a playground, and you push down hard on one side of a perfectly balanced seesaw. In chemistry, that push could be adding more of a reactant, taking away a product, or tweaking the heat or pressure. And what happens when you push down? The whole seesaw tilts. But here is the absolutely crucial takeaway. The reaction shifts direction just enough to relieve that push, settling into a completely new balance, rather than snapping right back to the old one. It doesn't totally undo your push. Instead, it accommodates it. It finds a new normal. And that constant dynamic readjustment, that's the core essence of Le Chatelier's principle.
Section 4. Blood, soda, and balance. Let's step out of the textbook and see how this impacts our everyday lives.
Let's walk through these real-world examples rapid fire, because this rule is quite literally everywhere. First up, your everyday soda bottle. The push, you twist off the cap, and the pressure instantly drops. The shift to relieve that push, carbon dioxide escapes as fizz to try and balance out that sudden pressure void. Next, human blood. If your blood's pH level changes, say from an intense workout, that's the push. Immediately, your internal chemistry buffers react, shifting the balance to keep you healthy and alive. Finally, a massive global fertilizer plant. Here, engineers deliberately manipulate pressure and temperature to force the chemical reaction to shift toward making more product. It is exactly the same rule dictating the fizz in your soda, your intimate internal biology, and massive multi-billion-dollar industries.
Section 5. The Haber process. Let's zoom in on that industrial example for a second.
And this brilliantly illustrates how Le Chatelier's principle operates on a massive, vital global scale. In the Haber process for making ammonia fertilizer, step 1 is to deliberately increase the pressure inside the massive reactor. Because of that extreme push, step 2 naturally kicks in. The chemical equilibrium shifts toward the side of the reaction that has fewer gas molecules. It does this to relieve all that intense pressure, which leads perfectly into step 3. A higher ammonia yield is directly achieved. Fertilizer plants all over the world deliberately weaponize this natural push and pull to maximize their output. This neatly resolves the mystery from our initial hook. You see, the side of the reaction with fewer gas molecules just so happens to be the product side, the ammonia. So, when chemists pump up the pressure or dump more nitrogen into the mix, the system completely scrambles to reduce that pressure and consume the extra nitrogen. How? By shifting the reaction forward, basically squishing molecules together to make more ammonia. We are actively using the system's own fightback mechanism to our immense advantage. Talk about a chemical life hack.
So, we know equilibrium can shift, adjust, and find a new balance. But it leaves us with a pretty provocative question. How do chemists actually measure the precise amounts of invisible gas involved in these shifting reactions? Like, how do we quantify these unseen molecules that are constantly pushing back against us? Well, to answer that, we're going to have to look at Avogadro's law, which is a seriously fascinating topic for our next explainer. Until then, keep an eye out for those invisible balancing acts happening all around you.